What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on this beautiful Monday. I hope it is beautiful, because, well, yeah, the week starts again. And I mean, for me, this week, it means that I'm going to Berlin tomorrow. In fact, I have been living in Germany for 11 years, have never been to my capital once. That might not be too big of a deal to some Americans out there, but I mean, okay, I've been to Amsterdam twice. Was it twice? Maybe even more often in my 6 years that I've lived in the Netherlands. I do live about 6 years in the Netherlands on June 29th. So now you know that, and yeah, so I'm glad actually that everything is working because I had to refresh my PC, so all kinds of struggles I have, but yeah, I am going to Berlin this week and with my school and just being reminded about the dark past of Germany yet again. Not my ancestors, well, more or less, more actually less than more, but hey, I don't actually want to talk about that since you will be hearing some or other or maybe more stories when I come back next week. Today I want to talk about football. Yes, of course, everyone has heard about that FIFA stuff and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, for those of you that haven't, the FIFA is that big football owning, what is it? It's a company, essentially, and they control football, and that's not a good thing in my mind. But there's this guy, that retard of a guy, that old guy, that one guy. He's pretty old, and he's actually not retarded. He's pretty smart, but he's a fucking cunt. But that one guy rules football. Now imagine ruling football. Like, football is the biggest sport in the world. Everyone watches the World Championships, and it's an event where so much money goes into, so much money is being dealt with, and there's so much trouble concerning it. I mean, an event that almost everyone likes, and where there's lots of money. A lot of people are poor, and I've never talked, or I've never not have talked. I have talked about poverty in a German commentary, Christmas. Maybe should remake that in English. But so there's lots of money, and football also has lots of power because when you have money, you have power. It's like that in this world. And they send the World Championships to countries where you think like, well, Qatar, well, what do you fucking do? What do they have to do with football? And then after the World Championships after that are in Russia, and we had the Winter Olympics. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm a bit tired. I should actually probably go to bed. But we had the Winter Olympics in Russia. And that was a big like all the homophobia thing, and now there's a thing in Ukraine going on, and there's just a lot going on with these people, and there's just so much wrong with this one sport, and I think it's pretty unfortunate that this is a thing, that football has such a big influence, and it's actually quite funny. Like, I think that someone can live for a sport that much. It's like, oh no, they won, and like if you look at it, Germany was actually World Championship of 2014. Was it 2000? Yeah, 2014. But frankly, if you ask anyone now, well, frankly, who gives a shit? Like, oh yeah, okay, Germany is world champion for the 4th time, and Netherlands have never been, and that's always a deal for maybe 1 or 2 months after the World Championships, and then like during the World Championships, of course, and after that it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever, moving on. I mean, I gotta admit, the World Championships are fun to watch, just simply because it's in summer, it's warm, it's cozy, and it's just like something where it feels that people are getting together. but it also feels like all the poverty gets ignored, and just the thing that that gets ignored so often, so much. I mean, it's not like Qatar is poor, but Brazil is poor, Africa is poor. If you look at those stadiums now, they're just like empty. They're just sitting there waiting to be eaten by the elements. And Russia has the whole thing going on with Ukraine and homophobia. I mean, there's certain people now banned in Russia because they made certain statements about gay people and like pro-homos. And I don't get it. Like, what's the deal with football? I would also be happy to watch swimming competitions, like if it would be World Championship swimming competition. So it's like, why is this sport so big, and why can't we just quit it? And I mean, the same goes for games. We had this Battlefield 4 fiasco, you could say. It was just not a good game, and now it's like with Hardline. And to be honest, I have my doubts about Battlefront. I actually tend to not get hyped about games anymore, and sorry if you just heard something in the microphone, but I have learned from Battlefield 4 and from Medal of Honor Warfighter. I was pretty hyped for those games, but I learned to not be hyped for games. I was hyped for GTA 5, but I knew that game was going to be good based on the consoles thing. So I was hyped for the PC release. And so it's really like... It doesn't matter if it's football or something, but can there something be done about all the bad things that happen, about all the corruption? I mean, bad people will always be in the world, and yeah, so there's that. And I'm actually kind of rambling on a bit right now, but that is basically everything I have to tell you right now. I'm just gonna be honest. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. That is everything I have to share right now, at least. And I think until next week. I really actually don't want to go because I really want to ramble a little bit more, but this is everything you're gonna get. Everything this week. This is everything I have for you this week. It's not gonna be the one of a video on Thursday. I don't have time for that. But yeah, until next time, have a good one.